Welcome, dear MOOC participants. This is going to be your first major exercise, and it ought to be inspired by this architecture toolkit. The toolkit was developed already some years ago and presented 2009 at the Conference for Architecture Education in Helsinki. It was supported by the Nordic Culture Foundation and is bringing together expertise of the Nordic countries, of educators doing architecture education there, but also of Playce members. And Playce is a non-profit organization for architecture education that was founded already in 2003, also in Finland, and it's exactly there on the website of playce.org where you find the exercises I want you to try out as free download in 11 languages. Let's have a look at the architecture toolkit itself. It contains, first of all, 13 task cards. These task cards describe certain exercises and methods, but also the materials you would need. And we want you to try out maybe 2 or 1 of these tasks with your chosen participants. And the tasks are all around perceiving space, sensing space, and using all your different ways of senses, eyes, smelling, touching, and also hearing, to somehow get a holistic experience of architecture. And the toolkit itself also contains 4 tools that are quite simple to use. On the one end, you have this cardboard roll. You can somehow sharpen your views. You have a mirror. This is a fun exercise you could use to somehow change the angle of how you look at architecture in space. And last but not least, we have 2 more things like a mask you can put over your eyes to give way to more other senses like hearing, for example, or smelling. And last but not least, we have a funny pair of gloves with cut off fingers that sharpen the touching of materials and other situations and spaces around you. Of course, these extra tools you have to somehow find yourself. You can collect them over time to bring them along for your activities, or you ask the participants to bring them along. They are easy tools you basically can find in every household, but nevertheless, these exercises work with these tools, but they also work without these tools. And you can also even come up with an exercise where some of these amplifier of senses, how I would call them, that amplify certain things like touching, like hearing, like seeing. They could be made a task itself, so the children or young people could build some of these amplifiers. Your task is to somehow use some of these materials, get inspired by it, but also adapt it to the context where you will carry out your exercises. So it makes a difference if you basically try to do these exercises during community festival, or with the school class of your kid, or during a birthday party, or with your friends or colleagues. All these could be different settings where you could use these exercises and combine them and put them into a story. Remember, it's all about also connecting to the participating children and young people. Last but not least, it's important for you in the end to document this process of you carrying out these workshops or these teachings, and reflect upon what worked well and what would you make different the next time. And in the end, don't forget, it's all about also having fun teaching and learning about built environment education.